Hi crafters, come on in. Welcome back to Simply Charlease, where new crafters like to hang out. All right guys, recently on a trip to Cancun, Mexico, I picked up this soap. Isn't that cute? Yeah, it smells like eucalyptus and it has chia seeds. How cute is that? So today we're going to try and recreate our version of this soap. Let's get started. All right. The supplies and tools that we're going to be using today are the shea butter soap base, and we're going to use a clear glycerin soap base. We're going to use some chia seeds, fragrance oil. Instead of the eucalyptus, we're going to be using the oatmeal, milk, and honey. I think that's kind of natural. We got our alcohol for popping our bubbles and for binding our two layers together. I got a couple of stirrers, our thermometer to keep up with our temperatures, and a couple of measuring spoons for our fragrance oil and our chia seeds. And also, I just pulled out a couple of twines that I have, red and white, and then I have this silver and white, and we'll decide which one we're going to use. Let's see, is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. So I have already chopped up my soap base. I did about 5.5 ounces in each one, and I'm hoping that that'll be thin enough so that we'll be able to easily roll that soap once it's set. All right, guys, the first thing that we're going to do, let's see, the first layer is going to be the clear glycerin with the chia seeds. So we're going to go ahead and melt the first layer. I'll be back. All right, guys, we've got the clear glycerin soap base melted. Let me check the temperature. See if it's cool enough. It's at 162, so I can add our fragrance oil, and like I said, I'm adding oatmeal, milk, and honey, a real natural smell. All right, there's a corner in this bottle, so I'm just gonna finish this up, and that's all it was too, is a corner. Okay, I'll put that in there, and then I'll open up this one, and this is 1/4 of a teaspoon. Okay, let's see if I can smell that oatmeal, milk, and honey. Yes, that is so good. Yeah. All right, we're gonna add our chia seeds, but I don't want to add it when it's too hot. It's at 152. Okay, I think I'm gonna wait until it gets down to like 140 to add. Okay, I'll be back. Okay guys, we're at about 142, and I'm gonna add a teaspoon of chia seeds and see if that looks like it's enough, because we want to see the seeds, but we don't want it to overpower the look of the soap. Yeah, I think that is going to be enough. We want to stir them up good. We don't want clumps of seeds together. We want them to be kind of distributed. Okay, that looks good. All right, guys, I'm going to use this mold, and you can use any mold that you want. I just wanted something that's kind of long and flat. And we're going to pour this. And we want to try to make sure that it's evenly distributed. And I don't want it to be too thick. Let's see, is that going to be, because I was just kind of guessing. Hold on a second, guys. Okay. Put a little bit more in there. Because if it's too thick, it'll be too hard to roll, you know? All right, so I'm gonna let that do. I'd left just a tiny bit, yeah, you can see that, a tiny bit in there of that 5.5 ounces. So, yeah, all right, let me spray. Hold on, let me spray the bubbles. All right, and we're going to have to let this set a little bit. It doesn't have to be completely set, but we want it set enough so that the next layer doesn't fall through, okay? I'll be back. While we're waiting for that first layer to set a little bit, we'll go ahead and melt the second layer. All right, we got the second layer melted. Let me check the temperature. It's at 156, so we can add our fragrance oil. And again, we got 1/4 of a teaspoon. And that's all I'm gonna add. It smells so good. Get that stirred in. How's everybody doing today? Great, I hope. It's a rainy, kind of overcast day here. A perfect day for crafting. All right, let's see. All right, it's at 153, and I want it to cool down some because I don't want to pour it on top of the other layer if it's too warm. So I'll be back. We have cooled down, let's see, to 141. All right, that'll be good to pour over. And here's our first layer. Can you see the chia seeds in there? All right, now we want to spray the first layer to make sure that the next layer will bind with this, okay? Let's see, and we don't want to make it too thick because if we do, we may not be able to roll it. And that's the whole beauty of this particular soap, is that cute little roll. So I want to make sure that I cover everything, but I don't want it to be too thick. Okay, let's see. This is one of those experiments that we do, guys. Yep. Okay, spray the bubbles. And now we just have to wait for the second layer to set, and then we'll unmold it and see what we can do. I'm nervous, guys. I'll be back. All right, the top layer is set, and I didn't let it set hard because I'm trying to make sure that it's a little bit pliable. That's okay. And this is what we got. You see all the chia seeds, and then you have that white layer. Okay, now this looks white now, but I used that oatmeal milk and honey fragrance oil, and it has some vanilla in it. And what's going to happen to the clear base is it's going to turn this color, which will be really pretty. Okay, so it won't stay this color. It won't stay clear. It's going to turn brown over time. All right, well, let's see if I can get this to fold. Well, I got one fold, guys. Let's see. It's not the easiest thing to do, I tell you. I'm doing a lot of grunting. It's not that hard, guys. Okay. Okay. I wasn't thinking that I would need to use the whole piece of soap, but I guess I will, because it's it's not turning out as big and bulky as I thought it would. Okay. All right. See what we got? Yeah, that looks something like what that soap looked like. Ours is a little thicker. Okay. And it hasn't changed the colors yet. So now all that we have to do is wrap it with the twine. And I'm trying, let's see. You know I like the silver, but it doesn't really show that well. Let me see. I think the red is going to look better. Okay. And I'm not sure exactly how they did this, but I'm just going to wing it. Okay. I'm just going to wrap it around and around and around. And I'm leaving a kind of long piece at the end so that we'll be able to tie a bow. And around. And I'm trying, I hope I'm staying in the frame. I'm trying to keep the twine close together. And you have to keep an eye all the way around. Okay. And around. And around. I think I'll go, let's see, one more time. I'm trying to make it kind of, you know, balanced. That looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay, now, let's see. I guess I'm gonna cut it. And I'll cut it long so we'll have room to make a mistake. All right. And I'm just gonna tie a bow, guys. Just gonna tie a bow. Let's see, before I do that, let me look and see if it's pretty even all the way around. And I believe it is. Yeah. Okay, so let's just tie this bow. And I'm gonna try to tie it right, kind of close, oops, kind of close to right there where that fold is. Okay. Kind of clumsy trying to make a bow with these gloves. Let's see. Okay. I probably, you know what? I probably should put a knot and then make a bow. That's what I'm gonna do. So to make sure it doesn't come apart. Okay, now I know my bow will stay in. Even if my bow comes undone, the soap will stay together. Okay. You can see I'm not the greatest bow maker, right? Don't laugh at me. Okay. All right, that's good enough. All right, and then we're just gonna cut that and cut that. Come on. All right. All right, guys. That's what we got. And it smells amazing. You got to try this, guys. And the chia seeds are supposedly very exfoliating to the skin, which that's good because you always want to remove that dead layer of skin so that the new fresh skin on your body is revealed. I'm pleased with the way this turned out. Yeah, really pleased. And I did something with what I had left over, and I'll come back and show you that. It hasn't quite set yet, but I'll be back. So, you know, we don't ever waste anything. So I took what was left over and poured it into another mold, and we got this. Yep. I think that's pretty cool too. It has its chia seeds for the exfoliating properties, and it smells wonderful, and we didn't waste anything. All right, guys. All right, so let's take another look at our project for today. And I think it turned out just fine. Oh, I wish there was smell-o-vision, guys, because this smells amazing. And here's our inspiration that I purchased in Mexico. And keep in mind, this is clear now, but because I used a fragrance oil that has some vanilla in it, the vanilla always turns the glycerin brown, a shade of brown. So this is an oatmeal milk and honey soap that I made out of clear glycerin, didn't add any color. And this is what happens. It turns this shade of sort of a brown. So that's what's going to happen with this, which is probably what happened with this. Now, if you want your soap to remain clear, then what you're going to do is make sure that you add a fragrance oil that has no vanilla in it, okay? All right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I will see you next time. Bye, guys.